This is the Beebe Show. I wanted you to know my name is Beebe. That is my real name. I can play a few chords on the ukulele. And this is my show. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Beebe Show. I just improv'd a song on the ukulele. It's always nice to try something new every day. So speaking of days, today is January 20th, 2017, and I'm sorry, you can't come in here right now. No, you're gonna have to wait. Okay, there's some politician here that wants to talk to you guys, so I'm just gonna step aside for a minute, I guess. Sorry about this, I'll be right back. You'll say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. You say your love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Everybody! Da 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 Okay, so that was a little bit unexpected, but I guess it filled up some of the time, so thanks for stopping by, King of England in the past. Anyway, I've got a story for you prepared, so Beebe, are you in the Nook? Okay, let's go to Beebe in the Nook. Take it away, Beebe. Hello, and welcome to the Nook. This is the Nook. It's the space underneath my loft, and it's super cute. I've got some fun lights over top, and of course, cozy places to snuggle in down below, and all of my stuffy friends. So this is where I like to do my cozy time reading. And today I thought I would read you a story called It Could Always Be Worse. Today is January 20th, 2017, and this is how I'm trying to talk to myself about how I feel today. So I would like to read you the story called It Could Always Be Worse. It Could Always Be Worse, a Yiddish folktale retold with pictures by Margot Zamach. Once upon a time, in a small village, a poor, unfortunate man lived with his mother, his wife, and his 6 children in a little one-room hut. Because they were so crowded, the man and his wife often argued. The children were noisy and they fought. In the winter, when the nights were long and the days were cold, life was especially hard. The hut was full of crying and quarreling. One day, when the poor, unfortunate man couldn't stand it anymore, he ran to the rabbi for advice. "Holy Rabbi," he cried, "things are in a bad way with me and getting worse. We are so poor that my mother, my wife, and my 6 children and I all live together in one small hut. We are too crowded, and there's so much noise. Help me, Rabbi. I'll do whatever you say." The rabbi thought and pulled on his beard, and at last he said, "Tell me, my poor man, do you have any animals? Perhaps a chicken or 2? "Yes," said the man, "I have a few chickens and a rooster and also a goose." "Ah, fine," said the rabbi. "Now go home and take the chickens, the rooster, and the goose into your hut to live with you." "Yes, indeed, Rabbi," said the man, though he was a bit surprised. The poor unfortunate man hurried home and took the chickens, the rooster, and the goose out of the shed and into his little hut. When some days or a week had gone by, life in the hut was worse than before. Now, with the quarreling, the crying, and there was honking and crowing and clucking. There were feathers in the soup. The hut stayed just as small, and the children grew bigger. When the poor unfortunate man couldn't stand it any longer, he ran to the rabbi for help. "Holy Rabbi," he cried, "see what a misfortune has befallen me. Now with the crying, the quarreling, and there's honking and clucking and crowing, there are feathers in the soup. Rabbi, it couldn't be worse. Help me, please." The rabbi listened and thought. At last he said, "Tell me, do you happen to have a goat?" "Oh, yes, I do have an old goat, but he's not worth much." "Excellent," said the rabbi. "Now go home and take the old goat into your hut to live with you." "Oh, no, do you really mean it, Rabbi?" cried the man. Come now, my good man, and do as I say at once." The poor man, unfortunate man, trampled back home with his head hanging down and took the old goat into his hut. When some days or a week had gone by, life in the hut was much worse. Now, with the crying, the quarreling, clucking and honking and crowing, the goat went wild, pushing and butting everyone with his horns. The hut seemed smaller, and the children grew bigger. When the poor unfortunate man couldn't stand it another minute, he again ran to the rabbi. "Holy Rabbi, help me," he screamed. "Now the goat is running wild. My life is a nightmare." The rabbi listened and thought. At last he said, "Tell me, my poor man, is it possible that you have a cow? Young or old, it doesn't matter." "Yes, Rabbi, it's true. I have a cow," said the poor man fearfully. "Go home then," said the rabbi, "and take the cow into your hut." "Oh, no, surely not, Rabbi," cried the man. "Do it at once," said the rabbi. I love this illustration. Look at his little tushy hanging out. The poor unfortunate man trudged home with a heavy heart and took the old cow into his hut. Is the rabbi crazy? He thought. When some days or a week had gone by, life in the hut was very much worse than before. Everyone quarreled, even the chickens. The goat ran wild. The cow trampled everything. The poor man could hardly believe his misfortune. At last, when he could stand it no longer, he ran to the rabbi for help. "Holy Rabbi," he shrieked, "help me, save me, the end of the world has come. The cow is trampling everything. There is no room even to breathe. It's worse than a nightmare." The rabbi listened and thought. At last he said, "Go home now, my poor unfortunate man, and let the animals out of your hut." I will do it right away," said the man. The poor unfortunate man hurried home and let the cow, the goat, the chickens, and the goose and the rooster out of his little hut. That night, the poor man and all his family slept peacefully. There was no crowing, no clucking, no honking. There was plenty of room to breathe. The very next day, the poor man ran back to the rabbi. "Holy Rabbi," he cried, "you have made life sweet for me. With just my family in the hut, it is so quiet, so roomy, so peaceful. What a pleasure." Thanks for listening. I really hope that you liked my retelling of this book. It could always be worse. You should pick up a copy for your friends by Margot Zamak. I do not know her. She does not know I'm doing this, but I do want to tell you that this is my actual copy that I've had since I was a little girl, and it has a lot of sentimental value to me, and it felt really good to read it to you. So if you need to feel good, maybe think of something that's sentimental for you and share it with somebody. It might seem silly, but drawing on our roots can always be a comforting thing on difficult days. Thank you so much, and if there's a story that you want me to read, please let me know in the comments below. Back to you, Beebe. Thanks, Beebe and the Nook. That was a great story. So we're going to leave it there for today, but as always, I want to close with an inspiring quote. Today's quote is by Andy Warhol. Andy said, "They always say the times change things, but you actually have to change them yourself." Yep. So, time to go out there, do some work, change some things, and make it a better world. But remember, in the meantime, you can relax because you're perfect. Thanks, everybody. Please subscribe, share with friends, leave your comments, and tune in for more on The Beebe Show.